Today I'm with Sunshine Arcilla. She's a young entrepreneur born and raised right here in Toronto. So Sunshine, tell me what it was like growing up in a city like Toronto.
So growing up in Toronto, you see a lot of different kinds of perspectives, different kinds of people, different cultures, different communities, and you see a lot. But it's not too big and it's not too small, so you get around.
Yeah, with the different cultures and different people, how has that inspired you to create a brand that represents the city as a whole?
So my brand is called Connect Toronto. So essentially, I just want to connect everybody from different communities and different cities or within our city, and let that everybody can somehow find their way to come together as a community.
In 2020, there are a lot of online stores. I want to know what separates your online store to other online stores.
So a store is a store, right? You go online, you just look through it and everything. But for me, mine is not just a store. Like, it's a brand. It's local brand, Toronto, right? And the difference between me and other clothing brands is that it's not just a clothing brand. I also want to branch out as a platform to help local artists and like local entrepreneurs, everybody who else is in the city.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of potential, where do you see, what are your goals for this brand?
So the goal for my brand, like I said before, it's not just a clothing brand. I want to expand it to like different kind of artists. I want to help artists grow in Toronto. So my end goal is not just to put like local artists together, but to make our city stand out as it should, because we already have like an NBA team, for example. But a lot of people, especially artists, music artists, they go out of the city, they go out of the country, they go to the US, and that's where they find their success. So I want to put our city on the map so we don't have to let people get out in order to succeed.
I noticed you talked a lot about hip-hop, right? And one of the biggest things in hip-hop is the clothing. So I was wondering, how has that clothing helped your creative process?
So when I think of hip-hop, I think of community. I think of people representing something that's bigger than themselves. I think of like local artists. And I'm not an artist in that type of sense, like music artist, but I'm some sort of different kind of artist. I design stuff, right? And from then, like, I'm trying to put the same formula from hip-hop into doing like fashion for now. That's one thing I want to do. But I want to bring like the sense of community, sense of people bringing like their talents together and making a bigger project together. So I think that's how hip-hop influenced what I want to do for the rest of this brand.
So when do you think you're going to be able to quit your day job and make this brand full-time?
So right now I'm actually in the process of going to university for entrepreneurship and like creative industries type of thing. So when I'm settled with school, because I know that's going to bring me a lot of opportunities, eventually when this brand is going to be what it is, what I want it to be, and it's generating that money to support me, then I think that's when I would quit a job, because that's just a job. It's not my passion. It's not my career. It's not what I'm trying to build here.
Where do you see your business going 5 years from now?
So in 5 years, I definitely want to be past a clothing brand. I want to have my own creation studio where I can help local artists. I want to develop something for music, maybe do some management type of thing through Connect. Another thing is that I want to have my own pop-up shop or maybe a permanent shop, depending how that goes. But there's a lot in 5 years that can develop. I'm looking to work with more people, that's one thing, and I just hope that all goes smoothly.
Thanks for coming on my show. I appreciate you, Sunshine. I know this is going to blow you up because I have a big show, but next week we're going to have Aubrey Graham, so stay tuned.